much better. Now. So what are you doing after the game?
Well, everyone's going to the dance, aren't you?
I don't know, it's my last night as a civilian.
Come on, number 12, let's go!
Ship off to Terrascova tomorrow.
You're going to the Fleet Academy? That's where I want to go!
Come on, number 12, let's play ball!
Don't get any ideas about my girlfriend. All is fair in love and war.
Chris Scouser here with
Matt Howell.
On this episode of The First Round, Matt and I are going to discuss Evil Dead Rises 2, Lee Cronin's The Mummy. After a solid effort with The Hole in the Ground, which I watched the other day, man, in anticipation of this. I saw Evil Dead Rise. I really, really liked it. I'm like, well, I haven't seen Hole in the Ground. So I watched it. I'm like, no, I've definitely seen this. But it still worked, and I still really enjoyed it. So this is his third film now. And for this entry, he takes on the beloved horror monster and gives it a twist. Then I'll run down the big releases on physical media and all of this and probably more on this week's program. Matt, let's start everything off, though, with a clip from Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
Mom? I was mistaken, so I bowed my head. Katie, is that you singing? Yes, I can talk now too. You're my favorite in the family. But you don't even know me. Exactly. That's why I want to know all the different things about you. Like what? Like how your little piggies taste.
Ugh, gotta love that sound design there, Matt.
Mm-hmm. Not the piggies. No. Ugh, horrors.
Matt, what is Lee Cronin's The Mummy all about?
All right, so this thing opens up in Egypt, and a Egyptian family are caretakers of, a sarcophagus which has what would assume the titular mummy in it. They go down to check it. You would assume. And they see that the mummy is opening. There's some horrible deaths. And then we flash forward a bit. Then we pick it up with Charlie Cannon, played by Jack Rayner, and his wife Larissa, and his daughter Katie, and his son Sebastian. They're all living in Cairo. He's a newsman. And after getting into a sibling fight, Katie goes into the backyard, and the mother, one of her friends, Layla, is waiting for her at the fence like a creeper. And she basically tricks Katie to coming over and kidnaps her. And then it flash forwards again to 8 years later when they're living their life. They have another daughter. When suddenly they get a call that Katie is found and she's alive, and they bring her home to disastrous results.
Yeah, it turns out someone binds an ancient Egyptian demon into her, right? As a vessel to contain it.
Right.
And as we say, hijinks ensue.
They were the hijinkiest of hijinks in this film.
So some people are complaining, Matt, that this isn't really a mummy movie, right? So how did you feel about Cronin's interpretation of the classic horror trope there?
You know what? The Mummy is a tough one to do, right? I had no problems with him kind of going way outside the box in the interpretation. I think, as Chris said, very tongue-in-cheek in the beginning of the intro, I'm sitting through this thing and I'm like, man, this is another Evil Dead movie, right? And I was okay with that, right? I mean, I was having fun with it. And this is like the Evil Dead meets The Exorcist, and yeah, that's basically what this thing is, right? This is more of an Exorcist movie than the, whatever that abomination that we got a couple years ago was, right?
We have Believer? Yeah. Good Lord.
So the kind of conceit of the mummy drops away extremely quickly. If you're thinking that a guy wrapped in bandages walking around is what you're going to see, that's not what you're going to get in this. And I was okay with it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm going back and forth on this one, Matt, because sometimes I just don't get me. Right? So is this a tad long?
Yes.
Sure. Did we maybe spend a little too long waiting for Katie to start creating havoc? Possibly. Are there quite a few homages to horror classics like The Exorcist and The Evil Dead, like Matt says in here? Oh, yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Is it maybe a little overly mean to kids? Yeah, I think so. But did I enjoy this? Oh, hell yes, I did. It is just gnarly from the jump. I think Cronin does a really great job of creating an atmosphere of sustained dread for over the 2 hours that this plays out. And I'm reading reviews on this. Some people are saying it's not that scary, but these are also some people who said that Faces of Death re-shake-up is scary, which I didn't find scary at all.
No.
But this film, Matt, I was on my proverbial edge of my seat. I will mime it now. I'll do what I do. I watched this movie, Matt, like this the whole time. Like I had my arms crossed over my chest, with my kind of hand in my mouth, kind of anticipating what horrible thing was going to happen next for the majority of this film, even in the slower periods when we're waiting for Katie's possession to really kind of take off here and start to mess with this family. There's also like a mystery subplot that I think is maybe slightly underdeveloped.
Sure.
Rayner's character is a reporter. He's a journalist. And he's the one that kind of figures out what's happening, or at least does the investigative work to talk to the right people to find out what's happening. And I thought that was fine. It was good. Everything here is good enough. All held up by the tent poles of Cronin's just, again, suffocating dread that just encompasses this entire film. And I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I had a really good time with it. I think there are things that made me cringe. I have a thing with teeth. So this movie really screwed me up with the teeth. And I was on, like, I couldn't even watch the screen while she's clipping her daughter's toenails because I just knew something awful was about to happen.
I knew, but I didn't expect that to happen.
Neither did I. Neither did I. That was like way more than I was expecting. But I couldn't even watch it as I was looking away as this thing was playing on screen. I think it's very much, if you're of a mind to say that this is derivative, fine. I could see that. But I think it's overall, I view them more as homages as opposed to being ripped off, right? And I think it works really well. I was reading a lot of the reviews on Letterboxd and this is kind of, I was surprised at how lukewarm the response to this is. And I don't know if it's because they're comparing it too much to Evil Dead Rise, a film that we both really enjoyed. But I was kind of on board with this. I don't think it's anything breaking the mold or anything like that. But it's a good, solid horror film with some really nasty bits to it. It's got some great gore. It's suspenseful, as Chris said. I mean, if I had one complaint, it probably is a little too long, but that's minor.
If I had any real issues with it for myself too, it's the epilogue. It feels slightly tacked on, and I know there were issues with the audience reaction to the original ending. So Cronin's other two films too have relatively happy, for lack of a better term, we'll say upbeat endings. This, I think, originally did not, and they kind of give us one at the end that said, I'm just kind of, I don't know, I'm unsettled with it. Narratively, I guess it's fine. It's just that one of the characters involved in it, we think, meets a different fate earlier in the film. And then it also undercuts one of the other characters' entire sacrifice, his entire arc almost, right? By doing what they do. How did you feel about that?
Yeah, it seemed like a tacked on happy ending, but at the same time, kind of going back to your comment on, is this thing nasty to kids and how long some of that stuff that is like the torture stuff that they do. I didn't mind, that particular character getting a comeuppance. I thought it was fine. A different kind of parable fable of the bad guy getting something, getting their just desserts.
Fair, fine. And there are moments of release valves. There is some odd, black, kind of funny moments throughout the film. They're peppered in. They're slight, but they're there, I think, just to kind of give us a little bit of a breather as we go. And The teeth focus, Matt, which I'm interesting. I like that you picked up on that. So apparently that's an homage to his mother. So his mother passed away after I believe he was finishing or working on The Evil Dead, or he had just finished it. She didn't get to see it. And one of the things that him and his family, it was maybe his brother, I read about this, is that they were working with the person at the mortuary, the embalmer, or whatever the case may be, right? To make sure that her fake teeth were in place. It was like a big thing what he had to call and make sure that her fake teeth were there. So there's a lot of teeth work and even a gag involving fake teeth in this. So I don't know. I thought it was one of the more interesting ways, I guess, to work through the trauma of the loss, maybe the unresolved trauma, including the loss of a parent. Still, it's fun. I don't know, fun is not the right word. It is a roller coaster of horrors. That's absolutely for sure. I'm still not settled. I'm still hoping my dark horse candidate for James Bond is Jack Rayner.
Oh, really?
I don't think he's in any of the discussions, but I don't know. I think he could pull it off. Is he Irish? I think he's Irish. Yep, he is. I still love Sing Street. I loved him so much in Sing Street. Very, very different film, obviously, but
yeah, he was good in Sing Street. But Jack Rayner pops up in a horror film. You just gotta expect something horrible to happen to him. So
that's right, because he's Midsommar, right?
Yeah,
He's the boyfriend in the bear suit. How old is Jack? 34. He's right at the right age for Bond. All right, let's get that done, folks. I still think Aaron Taylor Johnson's probably still my number one.
Okay.
But I think Rayner would be really good. We'll see. Any other thoughts, Matt, on Lee Cronin's? Now, from what I understand, too, they call it that because they are still working on Universal is doing their own Mummy stuff. So that was their differentiator. That was their way they could separate it from the classic Mummy. I don't know if franchise is the right word, but that Universal horror monster. Mummies 2 was, I think, always my favorite out of the bunch.
Right. You said that. Because you watched them all recently.
Yeah. Even the first one is, particularly the first one. I don't know how they're able to make that film as creepy as it is, but it's really, really well done. Good times,
what's your score? You never gave it a grade.
Oh, do I have to do that?
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a B+.
Yeah? I think I'm going to give it a B.
All right. There you go, folks. If you had a chance to see Lee Cronin's The Mummy, it's currently in theaters. I suggest you go check it out. I did grab the Dolby poster on my way out the door.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I always grab the posters when they have them at the theater, and they just sit rolled up in a corner in my office. I thought at one point of mailing them all to you.
But here's the thing. I've got them too. They're all stuffed in my basement somewhere,
I but like some really bad ones though, like for movies that you would hate. I was thinking about doing that.
No, that'd be kind of you.
That's what I am. I'm a kind guy. All right, Chris, let's talk about what's coming up on physical media this upcoming Tuesday. That's April 28th. I don't have these in any particular order. I don't know what I'm doing. I was just rushing today, Matt. So let's start them off here. Number 5, let's choose this one.
Number 5?
Dust Bunny, an 8-year-old girl asks her scheming neighbor for help in killing the monster under her bed that she thinks ate her family. This is also currently streaming on HBO Max, featuring Mads Mikkelsen. I heard it's actually quite good and a lot of fun. There's a 4K release of this, including a making of featurette, a Q&A sizzle reel, and more. What about this one, Matt?
4!
Remember the movie Soldier with Kurt Russell?
Yeah, it rings a bell. I can't remember if I've ever seen it.
Paul W.S. Anderson is what's one of his earlier films. It's all right, folks. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not good. It's not good. It's a sci-fi movie set in the future where there's a galactic war and soldiers are trained as merciless, obedient warriors. And I can't remember why, but Russell goes rogue or something like that. The only reason why it's even remotely watchable is because of Kurt Russell. Outside of that, it's just not a good movie. I know some people seem to enjoy this one, but it's not, as the kids say, great.
Get 3 coffins ready.
Huh?
I think one of my favorite directors, Joe Dante, his movie Inner Space is also getting a 4K release from Arrow as well. This is one with Dennis Quaid and Martin Short and Meg Ryan. A whole bunch of making of featurettes in this, some mostly archival ones. But there's a brand new audio commentary by critic Drew McWeeny. Get a 4K restoration on that as well. That was 3. How about 2? Oh, I almost hit the wrong one, Matt. I almost hit a Jamesy 2 because I saw the 2 here. I would not want to do that to you.
Well, you two lovebirds take it easy, okay?
I'll go with John Singleton's Hood trilogy. Criterion is putting out 4K set of Boys in the Hood, which somehow correct to Boys in the Hopped. I'm just noticing now. Thanks, autocorrect. Poetic Justice and Baby Boy. 4K restorations on all three films, audio commentary by Singleton on all three, a new conversation with Ryan Coogler and Regina King, a new documentary on Singleton's work, some deleted scenes, and more. And then I guess my number one.
There can be only one.
I just realized I did not play the physical media intros theme thing. There's supposed to be a clip for that, right? So here it is to go along with number one.
Ladies and gentlemen, in order to achieve an R rating today, a motion picture must contain full frontal nudity, graphic violence, or an explicit reference to the sex act. Since this film has none of those, and since research has proven that R-rated films are by far the most popular with the movie-going public, the producers of this motion picture have asked me to take this opportunity to say, fuck you.
The classic Student Bodies is being released in 4K by TerrorVision. Now, I think this is happening. TerrorVision has been getting a little flack lately because there's been a delay in the production of a lot of their stuff. Some things people have bought on their websites that supposedly is supposed to be available now for a while has not yet been shipped or released. They switched over printing companies, the pressing of their discs. They switched companies and they run into some delays because of that. In fact, one of the guys that works there, Brad Henderson, goes into Viper Video every now and then, and I'll run into him there. So Brad and I will talk every now and then about stuff, and that's basically what he told me has been the delay. So this is supposed to be the release date for Student Bodies from TerrorVision. I hope it is. I am dying to get my hands on this. A 3-disc set, which includes a 4K, a Blu-ray, then a CD of the soundtrack. You get Dolby Vision HDR presentation of the movie, a new audio commentary with Christian Ritter and Matthew Goldsby, moderated by Henderson, a making of featurette. And I love these little archival things too. There's a Laserdisc presentation of the film, an older 1080p presentation of the film as well is included in this set, as well as the original restored trailer. They had, I'm kicking myself for not pre-ordering it. I think the pre-order went up though too, like last year. But if you bought it directly from them, there was a super special edition that actually included horsehead bookends with a little blood stain on one of them. If you've seen the film, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So if you haven't seen Student Bodies, though, very, very funny. Stay tuned for the stinger as well in this episode. A couple other things, Matt, that's coming out that I wanted to mention. Warner Archive is putting out Private Benjamin and Blu-ray. So it's a 4K restoration, so I don't know why they're going to Blu-ray. Maybe they don't think the demand is there for a 4K of Private Benjamin, but if this sells, maybe it will. It also includes 2 episodes of the TV series. I forgot there was a Private Benjamin TV series. Cinematograph is releasing Badge 373. It's a Robert Duvall film where he plays a suspended cop from New York City who goes after the men responsible for the killing of his partner. And then one of the Fulci films I have not seen, Voices from Beyond, is being released in 4K as well. I believe this is from Severin. Includes the original English and Italian audio tracks, HDR presentation of the film, and some interviews with the cast and crew. And this special edition includes a CD as well of the soundtrack. And then the final thing I wanted to mention, because I don't want you to buy it, but I want you to know it's coming, just as a warning. Spike Lee's Highest to Lowest is being released by A24. Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos audio track, and making a featurette discussion between Spike Lee and Denzel. And still at a loss for me for how bad this movie was. Mm-hmm. And one of the weirdest pairings of a score to a film you will ever experience. It may still be on Apple TV, so I would suggest watching it there before you buy this. Because I think, Matt, you would agree this was a major disappointment for me, and I believe for you as well.
Yeah, it was. No good.
No bueno. So that's it, Matt, for this week. Can you please tell us, though, what are we talking about next week, if we even know?
Yeah, it's up in the air. So we are thinking the Jason Segel, Samara Weaving black comedy Over Your Dead Body. But it has very limited showings. It seems like a very, not a particularly wide release. So if we can't do that, then we will go see Anne Hathaway in something called Mother Mary from A24, which apparently she's a pop star or something. I know next to nothing about it.
Yeah, that's the best way to go into it. So just to clarify, you do not want to go see Michael.
I absolutely do not want to go see Michael for many reasons. The most primary being I hate biopics, and I hate musical biopics even more. And then Chris was kind enough to point out that this is an Antoine Fuqua film, which just sinks the whole thing for us.
Yeah, it seems to, from what I understand, just end right around the Bad album, too. Not quite sure why. I wonder what happened after all that.
What happened after Bad?
Interesting. Wow. Either way. In the meantime, you can check us out at thefirstrun.com. You can find archives of all the old shows. The report card is there, which I think I haven't updated in about 3 weeks, so I got to get on that. There's a little player there as well. You just hit play and it'll start cycling through episodes. How exciting is that? And then we're also available on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Blue Sky. Just do a search for The First Run. Scroll. Eventually you'll find us. Matt and I are both on Letterboxd as well. I'm under Chris Scalzo. I think Matt's searchable under Matt Howell. I think you also search for The First Run, and I'll come up under that as well. And I think that'll be it for this. Oh, Apple Podcasts. Head over there and give us a review. It'll help other people find the show. And now I think I'm done. Is that it? That's it. So I want to thank everybody for listening. We love you all very much. Nice tight 20 some odd minutes, Matt. How exciting is that? Take care of yourselves. We love you all very much. We'll see you soon.
Out of their mouth.
Albert can have punch. Albert helped make punch.
What are you talking about?
Albert P. Red.